missed, you said Joe was talking, right?
Yep. Joe, he went over a couple things on structural tension, which is, I know, one of your favorites, Brian.
No, good.
That's good. That was a topic that we talked about, and towards the end, we talked about the Super Bowl and what people were going to, the choices you can make.
Yep.
And, we'll actually put a link up on Unites of Wellness for the Sandy's Kitchen, so people kind of get that and they can go on there and get ideas.
Good. All right. Good deal. Well, I guess if you're talking about structural tension, which is a good topic, because you want to move your business forward, right? We're talking about the business right now. So how many people have put out their maps, put together the maps? And I guess some of you have done it. And if you're a senior coach or higher, you should be putting up your map. And if you're doing the map and you're working with your coach, first of all, you're being more accountable. And most importantly, you're actually finding out, where you were the last day of the month. Where were you in your business last month, at the end? And what do you want to do this month, at the end of this month? And it's nice because it kind of can track everything. So what I like about it is you can put all your B Slims in there and you kind of know where you are for the month already. Where you're going to be if all the B Slims go through. And then you have all your contacts, people that you're maybe talking to about the program, people that you're talking to about the business. You have anybody, if you have coaches, you have your coaches on there. So it kind of gives you all in one area, like everything you need for your business for that month, for this month. And then you can stay accountable with your coach, with your mentor, on things you really want to accomplish, because you obviously have at the top of that, you have, and I'm sure Joe went over this, you have your vision, you have what you want for the end of the month. And for month, the map is for month to month, basically. It's where you were at the end of the last month and where you want to be the end of this month. And we want to take those steps so we can get to where we want to go by convention, or where we want to go by the end of the year, or where we want to go by next January. And one of the things that it talks about on the map is it gives you some numbers. It gives you some things that you should be doing in your business on a daily basis to really move your business forward. And that is the number 5. Does anybody know about that, number 5? And it's interesting because if you think about it, a lot of the things that we do has the 5 in it. It has a 5 and 1 when we're on the program, right? 5 Medifast meals and one Lean and Green. We have the 5 and 1 with acquiring clients, and in most cases, people are talking to and following up with 5 people, getting communication with 5 people, and you're probably going to have 1 out of those 5 that are interested in doing something with this. The same is true with our coaches. So with our clients, if we're actually talking about the business, now remember, this is not just talking about it one time. This is following up. The follow-up is very important with this, because if you're not following up, you're not going to get the results. But it's following up, and over time, you're going to have at least 1 person out of the 5 that are going to want to be involved in the business. And that's also if you're going to get your sponsor, your mentorship team involved in what you're doing as well, because you need that third-party credibility. If you don't have the third-party credibility, you're not going to grow as fast. You're not going to get the better number. So you got this 5, and what they talk about on the map is 5 people a day. You guys know about that? 5 a day. And you're following up with 5 people a day. So you're talking to 5 and you're following up with 5. Now, let me ask you a question. Obviously, everybody's on mute here, so just think about this yourself. If you were to talk to 5 people a day and follow up with 5 people a day, how long would that take you? Now, it depends on how many people answer the phone, right? Or how many people answer your text or whatever. But if you reached out to 5 and followed up with 5 from the previous day or previous week or whatever, and you did that consistently every single day for the next 25 days of this month, first of all, how long would it take you on a daily basis? It would probably take you, let's say you contacted 5, you started contacting 10 people. If each of them were 5 minutes, it would take you 50 minutes or less than an hour. But a lot of these people you're not going to be able to get a hold of. So you might leave a text message or a message on their answering machine. And you may say, Hey, this is Brian. I just want to know how you're doing. Just checking in on you. You know, you may actually talk to somebody that you haven't talked to for a long time, but you may say, hey, you know, I've been thinking about you. We haven't talked for a year, 2 years, whatever. And you just reach out to people and let people talk about themselves. And it'll always, you know what? The conversation with Take Shape for Life will always come up. It will, because they'll ask you how you're doing. What are you doing? What's up with you? That kind of thing. Okay. But it's going to take you less than an hour, sometimes maybe 30 minutes to do the 5 and 5. But what's that going to do for your business? This is where I really love getting into numbers. You guys all know that I love numbers. So if we use the 20-80 rule, and everybody's different. So, your number may be different when you first start. It may be 1 out of 10. Okay. But I guarantee if you get your mentorship on board with you, if you get some other people, you get the third-party credibility, you're probably going to be more like the 2 out of 10 or the 1 out of 5. Yeah. And if you're just using yourself, I mean, it may be a little bit different numbers, but in most cases, in the 14 years I've been doing this, if you talk to and follow up with, now remember, it's not just follow up with, it's also follow through. Is you could follow up with somebody, but they may not be ready then, but you follow through with them, you keep in contact with them, you're building a relationship with them. Eventually you'll see those numbers, right? Just the way it is, right, guys? Are you with me on this? So tell me, what do you think would happen if over the next 25 days you got serious about your business? And you contact, and I don't care if 5 people. 5 people could be the 5. It could be 5 clients. It could be 5 potential clients, potential health coaches. Just 5 people, and you talk to 5 different people every single day. How many people is that? In a 25-day, it's 125 people. 125 people. And even if you didn't get 20%, let's say you got 15%, you're going to get close to 20 people on program. What does 20 people on program or 20 people interested look like in your business? To me, it looks like a couple grand a month is what it looks like to me. And it looks like you're helping 20 people with their health. So if you're consistent, the whole point of this is being consistent. Because some of you will go and you maybe contact 10 people or 20 people a day, but you only do it maybe one day. And then you go for 3 or 4 days or maybe a week and not do anything. You think, well, I'm working my business. I'm watching the Zoom calls. I'm watching a trilogy presentation. I'm going in the back office and doing my training, and I'm doing all. You know what? None of that matters if you're not doing the 5 and 5. None of that matters if you're not contacting anybody. You could be the smartest guy. In fact, I have people that I know that are way smarter than me. At least, I know they think they are anyway, and they probably are. I mean, mentally, but there's a thing called common sense too. If you're not doing the work, you're not going to get the results. And I've had people in my business that were very educated on everything that's going on, guys, and they went to convention, they got on the calls, they did all the trainings, but they never talked to anybody. It doesn't do you a dang bit of good if you're not talking, if you're not giving that information to other people, right? And if you're not finding out what they want. So, in fact, I had one guy that I remember, he said one time, well, I'm not going to go to convention this year. He said, this is somebody else. He said, because it was not a coach of mine, it was somebody, a coach, whatever. And this coach called me back and says, yeah, this is what they said. They said they're not going to convention this year because they know everything that you know. I said, that's great. I'm glad they know everything I know. And I look at their business and they have nobody. Do you see what I'm saying? It doesn't do you any good unless you put it into action. And this 5 and 5 thing, I think if you and your coaches, if you have coaches yet, if you don't have coaches yet, working on that 5 every day, you're talking to new people and you're creating a list of the people that you know. Go back to your list every single beginning of the month, because you should be, as you're going along, creating more of a list. because you're talking to more people, you're building more relationships. If you're not, then you're not growing your business. You're just kind of stuck. And I hate it when people get to where like, oh, I've been talking to this person and this person, and it comes down to they're talking to the same 5 people every day for 30 days. That ain't gonna do you any good. That ain't gonna do you a bit of good. You're just gonna have 5 irritated people at you. You have 5 people that are annoyed. If you have 100 people you're talking to, I don't know if you guys were on the Saturday call when we had Dan Valentine, Dan and Megan. They're on the call and they talked about having at the very beginning of the month, they contacted within that first week, they contacted 100 new people. Now, it wasn't 100 new people. It could have been 100 people. It could have been some from the previous month. But they contact 100 people, so they're engaged in conversations with 100 people for that whole month. That's what you need to do. Now, some people are like, well, I can't talk to that many people. Well, don't talk to that many people. Then talk to 20 people. I don't care. And by the way, everybody knows 100 people at least. So if you're talking to 20, that's 2,000 people you have at your disposal if you talk to them about referrals and whatever. But you talk to 100 people, that's 10,000 people. You got to look at the bigger picture here. There's a lot more people out there than you think. There's a lot more people out there that want our program than you think.
Brian, there's only 300 million people in the United States.
That's all. There's 300 million.
There's not very many.
Yeah, not too many to talk to. So, okay, so that's basically does anybody have any questions on that? I mean, that's kind of what I wanted to go over, was not just the numbers, but the map. I want to make sure, if you haven't done the map yet, do it, because it's going to get you thinking about, what's interesting is I just turned in my map to Dan Bell last week, and there's different things I do in my business that some of you don't do. I mean, I work with a lot of coaches, so I'm constantly talking to a lot of coaches. I don't put on a lot of new clients. And so for the map, I was looking at going, okay, who do I know could be a potential clients? I was thinking like, who can I, talk to? Well, guess what? It's interesting. The people I had on my list for potential clients and the people I had a list for potential coaches was pretty much identical. Why? Because that's the way I think. I'm not looking for just clients. I want to help people in all areas of their life. That doesn't mean they're going to do it. I don't care if they do it. That's not my decision. That's their decision. Your job as a coach is to paint the picture of what's possible. Give them what's possible in their life and find out what they want. And then everything else will take care of itself. So.
And the other thing, yeah, I know you have to go in a minute, but the other thing too is that Terry Miller is going to talk, I hope I can say this, about the incentive that came out this month on the A-Team call. So I don't think, Brian, you're beyond that. So it'll just be Terry Miller. And the cool thing about that is that that'll just put you in more focus for this month to really kind of get things going. So that's going to be a really good call Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Every week it's the same time, same place. So I don't know. Anybody else anything else to say tonight? Because I'm going to leave people early because I think that's great. I think we really did good in with Joe and Chris on the structural tension, and then we just Brian kind of followed it up with with a little kind of a sort of a pep talk, but I think that was good.
You need that. You need to do that map, guys. That's very important. You need to make sure that you have that with you all the time. So you're kind of going, okay, this is what I'm doing. This is what I decided to do. This is what I'm going to do this month. This is who I'm working with. And you just keep on writing down those names. Keep on continuing to talk to people. Look, if you just spent an hour a day, if you're that serious about your business, you want it to grow, if you spend an hour a day doing the things that I think that are going to make your business grow, which is talking to and following up about being a client, being a coach, working with, connecting people, connecting people to your mentor. Those things are the things that make your business grow.
And if you have Brian, obviously, as your global, then that would be him for your mentor. You'd be sending it. And if you have me, you're going to be sending it to me. So, that's what I always like about, and of course, you need to be at least senior coach in order to do the map, because we don't want, remember, we want the just-in-time training. We don't want to give you too much. If you're a brand new coach, there's no reason for you to do the map yet. But if you're a senior coach or higher, then the map is really good, because we're really focusing on the goals and the structure that you can really have in your business. And that's very important.
Yep. And make sure that if you're not a senior coach yet, make sure you're getting with your mentorship team anyway, and doing those calls and talking to them about what to say next to whoever you're talking to, and have them help you with that. By the way, everybody's on the call last week knows. I mean, we had our best month ever last month. Some of you are having great months. Some of you not as much. Get connected. Stay connected. Find out what people are doing. It will take time to grow your business, but make sure if you're not staying connected, you're not going to grow your business. And this month, so far in record, this month's been the best month ever in Take Shape for Life. Again, we're seeing that momentum, guys. We're seeing what's happening. And I know that Go Global is now, I think it's completely sold out. I know that earlier today there was only 30 spots, so available. But if that didn't happen for you, let's focus on convention, and focus on being an executive by convention. Focus on being a full integrated business coach by convention. Because why not get to convention if you're not there already? Making $5,000 a month, having people come with you.
Yep.
Is that could be fun,
yep.
right?
You got anything to add? You there, Rick? You unmuted yourself.
Yeah, I'm here.
You got anything to add, my man?
Well, I was going to say, you don't have to wait until Saturday to learn about the new incentive, because the new incentive is also prorated, so you go back to the first of the month. So here it is. It's the 4th of the month, and maybe or maybe not, you haven't looked at that. It just came out. I would definitely recommend looking in the TSFL connection and looking in that new incentive, because it's exciting. You can earn some extra bucks, and maybe there's a couple of people on the line already tonight that's already earned the dollars and don't know that they have. I don't know, but the thing that I'm looking at is, this is kind of cool. It just came out before Go Global, and for those people that maybe didn't make the incentive trip, I don't know. This is an extra reward. So think about an extra $50 this month for sponsoring a health coach.
Yep. Oh, great points, Rick. Great points. It's I know, and we all know this is kind of the short month, because we've only got 20. I think it's a leap year, right? We got 29
days.
So
we got an extra day. Think of it like this: we got an extra day to do business. We have one extra day to do business.
Yep.
Not that we're short. Yeah, February is short, but we've got one extra day. Yeah. And if you're looking at that, and you're thinking about, I don't know, 15,000 in front line or whatever, divide that down, divide it up by the 30 days that you would normally have, and make it happen on an extra day. So you could have an increase.
I like your attitude.
Good, guys. Well, those are some good things tonight. And Rick, thanks for that extra added energy in that. So we'll resume, and we'll see everybody hopefully Saturday morning on the we won't see you, but we'll hopefully you'll be participating in the A-team call that we'll have, and there'll be some cool things that will be gone over Saturday morning with that. You got anything else to add?
Have a great one.
Yeah.
I gotta get off the call here.
All right, guys. Have a great night.
See you guys.